Hey, what up guys? You alright? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new episode of the FIFA 19 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 55 today. We will continue our journey through the weekend league. And if you haven't seen how I've been getting on so far, then you can check the previous episode up in the top corner. I will leave a card for you guys to go and click on. And if you do enjoy today's episode, I'd greatly appreciate it if you smash it a thumbs up on the video. If we can hit 1118 likes today, that would be brilliant. Thank you so much in advance. So I've made a bit of a purchase. So I've upgraded my right back, João Cancelo. I managed to pick up his ones to watch for 145k. That seemed to be about 10 or 15k down on what it was the day before. So although we make a tiny loss on the UCL version, I do now have one with in-form boosted stats, and he looks actually very, very good. So that was one of the areas of my team that I was still thinking is not so amazing. So now it's kind of sorted. The only thing I do worry about is I'm not very liquid with coins right now if the market does crash, and it does seem to be going in a downwards direction, but I don't know if that's just because of like people thinking the market's going to crash. I don't know. So I'm not too worried, but maybe I shouldn't have gone out and bought an expensive right back. I'm not too sure. But we go into our first match, and I think, oh my gosh, I'm probably going to lose. I'm 8-0 at this point, and my aim is to get towards goal 3 as quickly as I possibly can. Now, I get gifted a goal literally after 5 minutes. This guy had a very, very nice team. He had Ronaldo, he had Red Mane, he had like Makaleli, like very, very good players. I just imagine that he's someone that would have beaten me just because of the state of his team, you know. But I go 2-0 up. Neymar then gets past the defender, and there's not even 30 minutes gone in the game, and I've already found myself scoring 3 goals against this guy. So that's kind of when I knew that I was like playing some pretty good FIFA, and was kind of on fire. Like I'm loving this new team. Like Neymar and Salah are literally OP, and well, Aubameyang, I actually don't know what I'm going to do without him. I don't know. We're going to have to make some coins somewhere, guys, because I'm going to need Aubameyang. Whether or not it's just a regular, once his price drops from the player of the month, or if we somehow if we sold Neymar to do the player of the month SBC, hope we got lucky in some reward packs and then work back up towards getting a Neymar. I don't know. But I know that this Aubameyang is literally unreal, and like, I don't know what to do without him when his loan expires. So I actually get like a 5-1 win against that guy, and I didn't expect that. So GG's, mate. But yeah, we've scored loads, and we got another win. So we're 9-0 right now. Then I get matched up against an interesting team. It's sort of like Serie A all the way around the outside, and then some Bundesliga with the nice 2 Dortmund players there in Goetze and Royce. Couple of good red items in the team too. But I get through with Salah here. I cut inside, and it's like, I don't even know if he was really playing at the start, or like he just made these weird mistakes. But then he played from like after I scored that very first goal, and then I got one after 9 minutes. He paused and quit, and I was like, thank you so much. That feels like an early Christmas present, getting someone quitting after 9 minutes, and you get the win. Brilliant stuff. So I go straight on into another game, and this team worries me because it doesn't necessarily look much, and I feel like my team looks a bit better, but there is a Pogba, there is a Hazard, there's some very OP great players in there, but after 2 minutes, when I score a goal like that, I'm just like, yes, I feel like this one's going to go my way. I get through with Salah here, and then I'm not sure what to do, so I just play it across to Aubameyang, knowing that the first time shots are super OP. I just played it across, and it gave me an opportunity to hit it. It was a finesse shot, but it kind of like toe punted it into the back of the net. And then I get another goal right there, 35 minutes in, and would you believe it? 2 games in a row. I've probably played enough of about one half on FIFA, and I've got 2 rage quits and 2 wins. And I've scored a whole bunch of goals as well. So that got me up to 11 wins, which is the very, very minimal benchmark that I set, basically because it's auto qualification for the next weekend league. And I was like, wow, we're literally 11-0 right now. I was flying. I thought things were going amazingly well. I get matched up against this team, and I'm like, yeah, he's got Vinicius Jr., Ousmane Dembele. I'm not that worried. I'm not going to lie. But then when I didn't make that tackle there with Manolas, and his Ben Yedder just somehow slides through and scores the goal, I'm like, ooh, not sure about this one. and then he scores another one after 15 minutes, and I'm 2-0 down. Now, this is uncharted territory this weekend. I've not been down like this on the game. He plays it across. Like, I try to clear it, but it just falls to Ben Yedder again. He scores the third goal, and I'm like, wow, we're actually going to lose this game here. I make the tackle against Ben Yedder, but he still ends up with it, and then scores this with Ousmane Dembele. I'm like, okay, fair enough, dude. You have done to me what I have done to a few people this weekend and got kind of lucky, I guess, yeah, and scored just loads and loads of goals in a quick succession. And I'm like, well, I'm probably not going to come back from this. Take the win. I'll move on to the next game and I won't get stressed about it. So that's exactly what we've done there. You normally get one of those every week, but it literally came after 11-0. And I'm like, oh, okay. Then we match up against this guy. I've searched his name on FootWiz. Now, this is a consistent top 100 player, has been since FIFA 17, so he knows his stuff on FIFA. He gets a lot of wins, and he's got a nice meta team. So I was worried, and one thing I noticed right off the bat is that he was fully going in with the constant pressure, or what it felt like constant pressure. I hit the post in this one, get another opportunity with Salah, but really, I mean, I'm showing you my opportunities, but he was having very similar stuff down the other end, and I've got to say, I was having no possession against this guy. Look, first half, he had more than me in terms of shots and on target, and then 62% possession. Wow, I was getting dominated by this guy. Now, I was still hanging in there though, but then I give away this penalty, and I don't even know if I was fully in control of that player. I genuinely think it was the AI in control of that one, but so be it. He scores the pen. I go 1-0 down, and I would say deservedly so. What I would say I was doing in this game was hanging in there, you know. I then should get a free kick or a penalty. I'm not sure if that was in or out of the box. That's quite embarrassing. Like, I moved the keeper, but I didn't expect him to move that far. And after 80 minutes, we go 2-0 down, and I'm like, okay, well, I've lost this one. Schweini then plays it through to Aubameyang from the kickoff, I believe it was, and I get super lucky and get a goal back. But it was like, this one kind of was over. He held the ball nicely for the final few minutes of the game, and I lose 2 in a row, but against a FUT founder who is a consistent top 100 player, and obviously is very, very good at this game. So if somehow you watch this, GG's, dude. Yeah, 2-1's probably a bit of a flattering scoreline for me, but we held our own against a top 100 player, so I was pretty happy with that. But I have just gone 11-0 and then 0-2, so I needed to have a tiny bit of a break, and then I went into the rest of my games because I didn't want to get into that spiral where you just lose control and stuff. Next guy I come up against has got a 95 rated UCL Messi, which is nice, isn't it? Imagine if you get that like in an untradeable pack. You're going to feel quite lucky, aren't you? But I Berber spin in with Salah, play it into Aubameyang. That first time finesse shot once again is getting fully abused by myself, and we score the goal to go 1-0 up. He does kind of run down the other end though and score a nice goal with Luka Modric. He had a few players in this team which were really good at dribbling, like Messi and Modric, obviously two players which are just super good with the ball at their feet. However, I kind of get gifted a goal right here. He sort of plays it out to his defenders. I somehow intercept it with Aubameyang, get very lucky, score the goal to go 2-1 up, and Pierre scores for me once again. And then I believe it is Benatia to rise above everyone to score that header from the corner to go 3-1 up before half time. And again, you could take a look at the stats here. It kind of looks like my opponent's having a better game, but we've been nice and clinical with the opportunities that we've been given, and, you know, we're scoring goals and winning games. Now Neymar turns the defender here, plays it down the line to a substitute Mario Götze, who whips it in to Aubameyang, who, of course, that's like what Heung-min Son doesn't quite have for me, is that aerial ability. For some reason, Aubameyang is brilliant at that, and I mean, he's 6'2" and stuff, so I would expect it. But I have actually scored more headed goals since using him than ever. So it's kind of added another element to the game. And I guess also switching that formation to the 4-2-3-1 means that I've got Salah and Neymar slightly wider than my 4-1-2-1-2. And it has led to me whipping the ball in from crosses a little bit more. So I guess that could be another reason as to why maybe I'm scoring a couple more headers. But definitely having a 6'2" striker in the back of the... Look, I've done it again. A 6'2" striker in the box is obviously going to be very useful. 4 minutes in, and I'm 1-0 up against my next opponent. He had probably one of the worst teams that I've come up against all weekend. weekend league, or one of the most average teams, and I guess he would admit that himself as well. His team name was literally Average Joes, and he gets an equaliser on me, and I've got to say he was one of the better players I've come up against all weekend, and it was like frustrating because I know that I've got the team advantage, but I'm not quite sure I have the player advantage at this point in time, because even though I scored to go 2-1 up, my left back Alexandre was well out of position. He gets through and clinically finishes with Bellerin, so it's 2-2 at half time, and I'm like, oh no, this is kind of going to be like an embarrassing loss because the team I've got is better than this guy's. But I really need to do my best to win here, and then it really does come down to goals like that. You know, using whatever the mechanics are in the game right now, that first time finesse shot with Neymar going in the back of the net, it's just like, it's absolutely crazy. He is one of the best players at the game at doing that, in my opinion. And then I've just literally hit him again a few minutes later. A nice worked goal, to be fair, that time with a La Croqueta and some nice dribbling from Neymar. But Aubameyang sticks it in the back of the net. And then Salah, again, La Croqueta into the box. Who's there? 6'2", Pierre-Emerick to score, I think, what is his hat-trick in this game, and make me go from 2-2 against a very similar level opponent to winning 5-2, probably because I've out-teamed him there. And yeah, you know, that doesn't often happen to me. We're on a road to glory. A lot of the time we are out-teamed by our opponents, but you know, if we're a slightly better player, maybe we can come out with the victories. I've beat some pretty nice teams so far this weekend, but it did feel like I kind of got quite lucky to win that one, and probably because of the level of players that I was using in my squad. And then we go into this next one. If we were to win here, we would literally get ourselves gold 3 with only 2 losses in the weekend league. Now, I score a header with Bobby Firmino from a corner, he's not normally at that front post, so I was quite shocked to get a goal with him. He's been a little bit quieter since Neymar and Salah have come in, of course. But look at this. I play a lovely ball in from Fabinho into Pierre-Emerick, and he scores a great goal. That movement, that positioning, the pace that he's got to get to that ball before the defenders and still slot it home, brilliant work from him. And again, in a game where it doesn't look like I'm the favourite, I'm winning 2-0, pushing for a third here. It falls to Bobby. I smash it on the volley with Salah, and that's a ridiculous goal. Now, I haven't really been watching my replays. I kind of skip past all of that so that we can just get on with the game, you know, not waste mine or my opponent's time. But I had to watch that, and look at that, right in the top bins. That's a beautiful goal from Mo Salah, who's gone a little bit quiet in the past couple of games in terms of scoring. But really, it's people like Neymar and Alba that have been the ones to get on the end of it and actually score those goals to help me win the games. So I'm 4-0 up in this one. This guy decides to pause it after I get a foul or give a foul away. And he quits there. And there you go. 4-0 victory against this guy after the rage quit. And we do make our way to 14 wins, which is awesome. The way we've done that with only 2 losses. One loss which I quit on. You know, I was disappointed to be 4 goals down after like under half an hour, but I quit on. And then one loss against someone who is, I don't know if he's considered a pro or anything, but someone that was obviously very solid at this game. And even that was only a 2-1 loss. So came away from that one almost like learning quite a bit about the game as opposed to being mad at it and stuff. So you can see my goal to game ratios. They're quite ridiculous for my main 3 players. Mo Salah's got ridiculous contributions. Neymar's got 17 goals, 11 assists in 19 games. Aubameyang had loads of goals as well. It's kind of nuts. Bobby's on 116 goals and 96 assists now. He's getting towards that 100 assist mark as well. I love the team. I really do. I am in absolutely no way, shape or form. I have no idea what to do. Do I sell it because the market crash is coming? Is the market crash coming? Has it already come? And I got the players at a good price, and it's just some idiots are going to sell, and then everyone's going to buy up, and then I can't afford to buy my team back. I actually don't know what to do. I guess the safest thing is to know that I've got a good team and maybe not sell it, and then just at least we'll get some money from rewards and stuff later in the week. But guys, that is where we're going to wrap up in today's episode. Smash a thumbs up on the video. Let me know your weekend league scores and how many games it took you to get there down below in the comment section. Are you looking forward to your packs? Who do you think you're going to get in the Reds this week? What's looking likely for team of the week? I have no idea at this point in time. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Have a lovely day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.